You know, I made a video a year ago where I talked about why Art the Clown is going to be a cinematic icon one day. And now a year later, everyone and their mothers are calling him a cinematic icon. So much that people are now accusing him of being an industry plant. What am I saying? You all are unoriginal as hell. I've been saying this since day one. Lazy. Hey guys, it's the Pink King here. Man, this month really has been the month for cinematic clowns, hasn't it? As Terrifier 3 and Joker 2 have released within a week apart from each other. And due to this timing, both movies have brought a lot of comparisons from audiences, as one movie is absolutely killing it at the box office, and the other is crashing and burning harder than ever before. And you know, I wanted to talk about this because this is crazy to me. The fact that a sequel to what used to be the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time managed to completely tank, and an indie project manages to defy the odds once again. Now, initially this situation seems quite simple, but in doing research for this video, it led me to a very interesting conclusion I haven't thought about in a long time, and in fact is more relevant today than it pretty much has ever been. And that all links to how Terrifier 3 beat Joker 2. Now, first, how are the movies themselves? Well, pretty much what everyone has already said about it is definitely true. It's a tragic case study as to how to not make a sequel. Its story is bonkers, not in a good kind, its characters are painful, and it took the realism and creepiness of the first movie and completely flushed it down the drain. However, with Terrifier 3, it's a very different movie. It's not going to win any awards, believe me, but the creators are definitely improving more as they go along, as surprisingly, a lot more of the acting, writing, and story felt much more refined than the original Terrifier movie ever was, which is definitely showing its age at this point. And of course, the violence in this movie is completely unmatched. I have never wanted to barf as much during a movie in my entire life. It was horrendous. So, although it's definitely not some hidden gem, it's definitely improving in a lot of ways, and is slowly becoming a great franchise over time. So, initially, you might already think you've already solved it. Joker 2 was a bad movie, and Terrifier 3 wasn't, so it won, right? But that logic is not as true as it is simple, as other films like Furiosa, The Fall Guy, and Transformers 1 are all good movies, but unfortunately none of them were real smash hits at the box office. And even bad movies have managed to become successful, like Despicable Me 4, as an example. So what's the difference here? How did Terrifier 3 beat the Joker? A character from one of the most well-known and largest franchises in the world. A movie with some of the biggest talent working in the industry today. How did a small movie beat that? Well, the reason has actually been laying in front of us all this time. Ambition. You see, the big reason why Joker 2 failed was its over-ambition. The first Joker had a respectable budget of $55 million that made sense. It was a movie that delved into mental illness and the way society treats mental illness. It was direct, realistic, and understood exactly what it was. But flash forward to the sequel, the budget has now skyrocketed to $200 million. It was now a musical with Lady Gaga, over-the-top musical numbers, and would introduce Harley Quinn. It was here to be different, bigger, and better. But that's where it went wrong. This movie tried to do too much to a point it's unrecognizable from where it used to be. Where the first one was very grounded and subtle, this movie was all in your face and far off the ground, especially with its needless over-budget. That identity, that magic the first one had, was completely gone, and so the movie is failing because of that. But, in comparison to Terrifier 3's ambition, it has definitely gone up. The kills are more extreme, the humor is surprisingly much more over the top, and the story has gone in a completely different direction from where art originally was. But how did that movie manage to succeed? Well, again, it's ambition. This movie did not take an extreme jump in ambition. The budget has been a healthy increase over the years. The first one only costing only $35,000, the second one costing $250,000, and the third one only costing $2 million. That may seem like a lot of money to us, but for movies, that's pretty much chump change. But once again, it's all because of ambition. The creators of Terrifier knew exactly what it is they were doing, and what they were going to make, and how to get there. They knew what they needed. They knew that they needed to be realistic but bold, to test the waters just enough to see whether or not they could float, and the results speak for themselves, as Terrifier 3 has already made its budget back with only an opening weekend alone. Not to mention, it's still in theaters and probably will still be in theaters for another few weeks, and is only going to continually grow as we get closer to Halloween. And now Art the Clown's star has become huge, with him being the new age of slasher icons. And it's this success that made me realize the issue with Hollywood, and that's the lacking of smaller budget movies. Everything now is trying to be the next big blockbuster, and so not only has this resulted in fewer genuine blockbusters, but has also now completely broken the market. Hollywood needs, nay requires, these smaller budget, more risk-taking movies. Stuff that's willing to experiment on a realistic level, not only to save money, but keep the industry rich with diversity and creativity. And that's the reason why Terrifier 3 beat the Joker. It was a smaller project that understood itself and the people it was appealing to. Whether you like it or not, smaller budget movies like Terrifier 3 are absolutely the future of cinema moving forward, because not every movie can be a blockbuster, but every movie can be a success, if it's handled correctly with understood ambitions. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with my opinions, or have I missed something that you might have noticed? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your guys' comments, and I think this would be something very interesting to talk to you guys with. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are only 50 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers. It's been a dream of mine to get 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And with your help right now, we can definitely reach that goal. So consider liking this video and subscribing. And with that, I will see you all next time.